All right, guys. Big love. Was it a big love or what? Well, I must say that I've not had that many tears for a very long time. You know, I would say that in the past decade or so, this has been one of the most romantic movies to come out of this part of the world. And I must say, well done to everyone, the cast, the crew, Inkblot, the producer. Wow, wow, wow. The mood music. Ah, look, guys, I really don't have a lot to criticize about this movie because for a movie to get me in my feelings, like I literally had a lump in my throat throughout. I cried 3 or 4 times. I was wiping off tears when the person beside me just said, "Mom, you're crying again," and I didn't even know because it's like it was so mushy. Anyway, let me go into um the my small review of this movie, Big Love. Timini Egbuson, lover boy. Well, he even has a reputation to go with it. Well, Timini, outstanding performance. Wow, Timini just looks like looked at that point like every girl's dream, and of course, Bimbo. Yes, Bimbo, is one of the most versatile and, very easy to get along with. So I get it why, everyone wants her on their set. Well, the mood music throughout. Wow. Wow, who was responsible for that? I need to go back, check the name, and give the person their flowers. The mood music throughout every single time. I'll find myself and I'll tell I have to call my filmmaking skills to bear and say, look, is this song, why you guys, why did you set me up like that? Anyway, it was fantastic. Your music, perfect choices throughout. Okay, so it's about this young lady and this young man. They meet each other. I think that was business school. And they both were leaving their former careers, trying to become bankers. And they meet and, they kind of fall in love. But it's not very, very evident because both of them have something or the other going on. Well, the guy who's, acted by Timini, falls very deeply in love with the girl. And he says he's known her for a while. He's been watching her. He's been in love with her for a while, but she has this secret, and she's not willing to open up. Well, later in the film, we'll find out that she has always, been, even before business school, she had been a single parent, and there's, there are people who are asking, why didn't she just tell him? Well, I've been in a similar situation 100 years ago, and I kind of can identify with why she didn't tell him. But please, why? I think it's something that you shouldn't be ashamed of, because it's something that if you love your child, if you're not throwing the child away, eventually it's going to come out. So that's just for people who are asking, why didn't she say that she had a child from the onset? Well, they finish in school, and everybody goes to get their posting in the different banks and different places. But this guy is smitten. He's smitten. He wants to be with his love, and he finds, even though the city where she is much less. It's not like the ideal city to be. It's a more rural area. He works out his employment with the aid of his rich parents to go and be with her. Well, he goes there. She's not the same person. Well, he meets her son for the first time, and right away he falls in love with her son. And there's this fascinating relationship between the lady's son, that is Adina's son, and Adil. And well, at this point, I've been stalling calling their names. This is the one downer of this film. What kind of names are those? They're not even regular names. So how does an Adil, what are the odds that an Adil and an Adina from somewhere else will fall in love and they'll meet? Guys. Anyway, I digress. So they are together for a while, and well, he begins to figure out that she's not quite in love. She's not, she's not opening up to him as she was. The romantic reminiscing and memories that he has of school are no longer. She's no longer the same person. So because she had found out that he's from a very rich family, he asked her to come with him, to meet his family. And while they are having those conversations, she's trying to make up her mind whether she would, go out with him and all of that. He he said it's a mistake, but I don't know what kind of mistake that is. He throws a fib. He tells a lie to his mom that he's in a relationship with this lady and there's a child, and he claims that the child is his own from way back, that he met her a while ago, which is not true. You and I know is not true. And well, his mom shows up, and she takes over. She has a big personality, so she takes over, and she demands that they come to Lagos, both of them, and they meet the whole family. By the way, Adina, that's the Bimbo's character, is not really playing along. She's very, very jittery about it. She's not comfortable, with telling such a lie, such a big lie, in the big love. She's not comfortable with it. She's smart enough to know that it's going to blow up in her face. It's just a matter of time. Anyway, just because this guy is doing so much, and loving her so much, and giving, he's making all the sacrifices, all the right moves, he's saying all the right things. So well, she gives in, and they both go to Lagos with the young man, with her son, Jay, and the family is ecstatic. They have a brand new grandson from nowhere, from everywhere, from way before. And everybody falls in love with the young, amazing little boy who actually did a pretty good job of acting his own part. And well, they start to make arrangements, or to kind of absorb her into the family. Anyway, to cut the long story short, while they're having a family thing, he drops on his knee and proposes to her. She says yes. And just as she says yes, somebody walks in. Now, who's that person who walks in? He's KD. Yeah? Is it KD? Yeah? And well, he's the guy who apparently impregnated her about 4 years before that time and refused to take responsibility for the pregnancy. He's been calling her names. She's been calling him and trying to reach out to him on any level, just to tell him, look, you have a son somewhere. And the guy says, it's not my child. It's not my child. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Anyway, so what happens next is a bit of a chaos. It's a chaotic situation. When Adil finds out that this guy who just walked in, who happens to be his cousin, that is why he's there at the family function, event. When he finds out that this guy his cousin is the guy who has treated the love of his life so badly, he loses it. So there's a bit of a ruckus there, and they start exchanging blows, and until the father, Adil's father, comes in and he tries to calm things down. But honestly, things have gone awry. Things have gone very bad, and it's not about to settle. As the writer says, things have fallen apart. All right. Well, right in the middle of all of this is Adina. Adina is looking ridiculous. She's looking like a liar. Well, she is a liar at this point because she played along. So, well, this is the lesson at this point. No matter how someone's intention, seems right, no matter how good it seems, there's never a right reason to do something that is wrong. Okay, so let's just put that aside. Anyway, she becomes embarrassed and she decides that she's going to leave the house, and she kind of runs away while the family is trying to sort out stuff. Well, while they're having a meeting, I think the next day, the very next day, the whole family is gathered. Adil's mom, Adil's father, his brother, his cousin, who is the culprit here, the antagonist here, and of course Adil, and trying to sort it out. Adil is still very upset with his cousin. You mean you are the idiot that has put my girlfriend through all of that kind of. So there's still some fisticuffs, and they're still fighting each other. Anyway, Adil's father finds it very romantic, very noble that Adil would meet a woman, and because he was in love with her, he actually lied. He actually, went against everything that he stood for just to make sure that he was with the woman of his dreams. And, he's like, you did the right thing. Like, you did a very noble thing. And, well, the mother doesn't agree. Anyway, Adina has gone back to her station, and it was a bit of an embarrassment because there were cameras. You know how it is nowadays. If you have an open fight with somebody, someone somewhere is definitely holding a phone and filming you, and it was on social media. So the whole story is out there on social media, and because it's a prominent family and it got out there, the family who had already helped her in getting a job in the city where they were, well, she had to give up her job because the company, had reservations about someone who would behave that way. Anyway, so moving on, Adil tries to contact Adina again and again and again. He really, really tries to contact her, and she doesn't want to hear anything from him. She's embarrassed, she's hurt, and all of that. Even when her own people are speaking to her, she has this very good friend who tells her, look, the guy is in love with you, and he just did it all for you. He wasn't trying to hurt you and all of that. Anyway, her iced heart is still thawing, still, getting, she's still healing, so to speak. When the whole story unravels, and it's found out that KD, I'm not really sure that's his name, but please forgive me. By the way, acted by the big brother, what's his name? Sheyi Awolowo, yes, Sheyi Awolowo. And he was, I think he did a pretty good job. I think that's like the first time I'm seeing him in the film. I think he did a pretty Sheyi. Okay. Anyway, so what happens next is that her family, Adil's family reaches out to her quietly behind. The brother is very supportive. The father has even invested in trying to bring them back together. But when she begins to heal a bit, she tries to reach out to Adil. At this point, Adil feels like he has been taken for granted too much. He has loved her too much, and everything has been thrown back in his face. So, in order to protect his own self, his own heart, he decides not to have anything much to do with her, and then he doesn't. She's reaching out, and now she's now heartbroken. Finally, I want him and he doesn't want me, and that is heartbreaking. At that point, I think I was just crying, just crying, and I want to see them get back together. Indeed, an amazing love story. Anyway, the final scene is where he comes for her son's Father's Day thing in school. He shows up, and he gives a gift to the child, and he's walking away. He's walking away looking very hurt, looking like his heart is broken into 1,000 shreds. And she's also hurt. She's very, very hurt. Anyway, so what do we see when they get downstairs? There is a group of people there who set him up. And she has a number of people writing, some signs on their chest saying, ask me again, you fool. Like, propose again. You proposed before and it went crazy. Why don't you propose again? And even KD himself is right there, and have his father, his mom, KD's mom, who is Adil's mom's twin sister. Everyone is there, including including her son is in on it. And well, he proposes again, yeah, and they lived ever happily ever after. Well, I will strongly recommend this if you love romantic movies, and if you don't, you just might be surprised at how much you would enjoy it, because it was really really good. It was well produced, very very well directed. The post production was amazing. As I told you, the music was fantabulous. And well, the characterization, I had, of course, the amazing Shafi Bello. I come all cap for you, and of course Bimbo, Sheyi, Timini, and well, also some everyone on that crew, on that cast was beautiful. I highly recommend it if you can find the time to see the movie Big Love. All right, until I see you same time. Don't do what you wouldn't tell me. And take care of yourself. Watch Big Love. Watch Big Love. Whoa.